spit your game, talk your shit, grab your gat, hold your clip, something. All these bitches, I got to like one.
Big it up, big it up. Yep. In my face. Yeah.
Hey, yo! Welcome to this week's episode of Shade Shenanigans, powered by Next Mood Swing. I'm your host, Cristal Bubblin, and what do we do here? We talk about all the fuckery that went down this past week. So, let's get into it. I don't know if your algorithm is like my algorithm, but all this past week, it has been Shannon Sharpe and Sinners. Shannon Sharpe and Sinners. We'll get to Sinners. Let's talk about Shannon Sharpe, because I feel like there are a lot of people talking about it, but people are leaving out a lot of details, okay? So a Jane Doe filed a $50 million lawsuit in Nevada accusing Shannon Sharpe of raping her twice in Las Vegas in October and one more time in January. The woman said she was 19 years old in 2023 when she first met Shannon Sharpe, who was 56, at a Los Angeles gym. They had a 2-year rocky consensual relationship. And in a statement shared on his social media, Sharpe stated that the relationship with this woman in question was 100% consensual. Shay Shay's lawyer revealed that the podcast host offered to write his accuser a $10 million check to keep this situation from coming to light, but she said, nah, I need 5 more of them 10s. The accusations raised some eyebrows over at ESPN, and Sharpe has now stepped down from his post on First Take. But wait, there's more. In 2002, Shannon temporarily stepped away from his role on CBS's The NFL Today after a woman accused him of sexual assault. The case was dismissed and he returned to the network. Additionally, during his tenure at Fox Sports Undisputed, Sharpe was accused of choking a female production assistant in the workplace. Now, Sharpe and Fox settled that privately for several $100,000s, and no lawsuit was fired. And Sharpe's representative has denied the choking allegation, saying the incident was a playful interaction among colleagues. Baby, I just told you 3 women have said this man has assaulted him. Where there is smoke, there is fire. And Shannon Sharpe, in an effort, I guess, to protect himself, put out pictures of the woman who filed the $50 million lawsuit. So now we know, I think her name's Gabriella. We know she's a young white woman. And he was like trying to OnlyFans shame her, which is some weird shit. But Shannon, you went for it. And sir, this is the problem. You damn near 60 years old trying to mess with these 20-year-old girls. One, I know you ain't got the stamina. That's why you get mad. That's why you put your hands on women, allegedly. And that's not cool. Like, you need to get with a woman your own age. Actually, first of all, you need to grow up, because your emotional intelligence is like -0. You need to grow up. You need to mature. Then you need to find a woman in your age range. And you know what? This week also, Tracee Ellis Ross was on a podcast, and she was saying that she likes to date younger men because men her age are basically weirdos. And Shannon Sharpe is a man her age. And people, mainly like, you know, the incel mafia, have been like, oh, well, when Tracee Ellis Ross dates younger, it's okay, but when Shannon Sharpe dates younger, it's a problem. Tracee Ellis Ross was not talking about dating no 19-year-olds. Let's be so for real. Tracee Ellis Ross is a woman of a certain age. She's in a certain demographic. When she was talking about dating younger, she meant 38, 42. She's not talking about teenagers, literal teenagers. And people will be like, oh, well, somebody said that this woman was 19 and she's not a teenager. Teen is in the word 19. Y'all got to get a grip. While we're on the subject of delusional men, 12-time baby daddy Nick Cannon revealed on Raven Simone's podcast that he has insured his balls for $5 million. Don't look at me like that, Jesse. I don't make the news. I just report it. The partnership is with a soap company called Dr. Squatch. And apparently they were having some kind of conversation, and Dr. Squatch asked Nick Cannon what was his most valuable asset, and he said, my balls. He likened it to when women insure their legs or whatever, or like how they used to say Jennifer Lopez insured her booty. But yeah, that is crazy. But while Nick had time to talk to Raven Simone and her wife about his balls, apparently he has not been spending time with at least one of his 12 kids. And baby mama of number 12, Alyssa Scott, called out Cannon for not seeing their daughter Halo for at least a month. Now, Alyssa, girl, you're number 12 on the list. You're number 12 on the list, okay? Like, y'all had to know he was going to be spread thin. And, you know, I'm not making excuses for these broken homes that Nick Cannon has created. But girl, a month, that's like, I'm a child of divorce. And I would go sometimes 3 months without seeing my father. I mean, we talk, but I don't think a month is enough to qualify him as a deadbeat baby daddy, especially when like you talking about baby number 12. He got to go through 1 to 11 before he gets to 12. I'm just saying, like, you know what I'm saying? Let's be realistic. Exactly. December is your month, girl. December is your month. And she got number 11 too, so you get November and December. But baby, right now, it's still May. So it's still May. So you just gotta be patient. You want to talk about somebody with some absolute audacity? It's that Sean Puff Daddy, P Daddy, Brother Love Combs. He formally rejected a plea deal offered by federal prosecutors that would have reduced his jail time if convicted. Sean. Now, Sean, you've been in jail since last year. They won't even let you get bond. This is the evidence that the feds have against you, won't even let you bond out. And you turning down plea deals? Yeah, okay. This decision comes just days away from the mogul sex trafficking trial, which begins on May 5th. Puff's trial starts on Monday, and he's facing charges of racketeering, conspiracy, coercion, sex trafficking, and prostitution. Details of the deal weren't disclosed, I bet, but Assistant U.S. Attorney Maureen Comey told ABC News that pleading guilty would have significantly reduced his prison time. If found guilty on all counts, he could face a life sentence. And let me tell you something. Let me just tell you something. The way it's looking right now, Puff, you ain't gonna see outside. You not seeing outside. Exactly. You not seeing outside till you at them pearly gates. And if you did what they say you did, they gonna send you from them pearly gates to them hot gates. Anyway, Mr. Daddy's legal team is said to be preparing a defense based on diminished mental capacity. So what his defense is saying is that he couldn't have committed these crimes because he has a drug and alcohol problem, which caused him to have a mental condition. So if he did, he wasn't in his right mind. And 1 year. Okay. 2 years maybe. But this is 30 years of accusations, my brother. This is like 30 years of shit. Nobody's falling for that. Ain't a jury in the world falling for that. And while we're on the topic of mental conditions and people's chemicals not being right, Kanye West created his own Twitch account early last Friday, and it was immediately taken down early last Friday. Why, you ask? Well, Yeezy stream lasted a whole 7 minutes because Ye immediately launched into a tirade against Jewish and the LGBTQ plus community. He was using slurs, even threw up a Nazi salute while saying Heil Hitler. He also claimed that Elon Musk gave him free passes to post his unfiltered thoughts on X. Now, remember a few years ago, he got banned from Twitter. Ye's stream was replaced by a message from Twitch that said, "This channel is temporarily unavailable due to a violation of Twitch's community guidelines or terms of service. There's no telling how long his page will be banned, if he will get it back. But 7 minutes gotta be a new record." And again, like I said previously, why isn't Kanye under a conservatorship? Why, like, y'all care about Britney Spears, y'all cared about Wendy Williams so much that you got them locked up. Lock his ass up. Don't nobody care about that man? There's nobody, not a cousin, not a neighbor. DJ Academics, do something. Now, you know I love hearing from y'all, and I'm nosy and messy, so I love when y'all tell me your business. So feel free to DM me, Cristal Bubblin, at all platforms, or email me at sendshade@gmail.com. Let's see what we got this week. All right, first up, my boyfriend quit his job 4 months ago to get clients of his own. He said he was moving into his mom's place and moved all his clothes there. He hasn't spent a single night at her place in 4 months and spends all of his time in my apartment, where I live alone in a studio, paying $1,700. Lord, rent prices is crazy. He mentioned to me how much money he's been saving without a rent bill, and will even tell me how much money he's making in a day from his own clients. I'm proud of him, but I think I'm starting to resent him because he doesn't bring anything... Sorry. I'm proud of him, but I think I'm starting to resent him for being here for free. He said that he doesn't technically live here because he didn't bring any of the stuff from his apartment here. It's in storage. He doesn't have clothes here. He keeps them in his car outside my apartment and still asks to come over every time he leaves. But he does spend every single day and every single night here. He pays for groceries ever so often, but it doesn't compare to the bills I'm paying. He says his goal is to never pay rent again and to save up enough money to buy a house. I really don't mind him being here at all, but when I pictured living with a boyfriend for the first time, I saw us splitting the bills and chipping in together. I don't know if I'm asking too much or if I should just let it go. What would you do in this situation? Girl, I would put him out. And you know what? I can't even talk because there was a time when younger Cristal had a beau and he was at my house every day and every night, not chipping in on no bills. And I can remember one time I asked him for money for groceries. Because mind you, like, he was eating at my house every night. And he gave me like $70 for groceries. And then hounded me until I paid him back that $70 for them groceries that his ass sat up there and ate. Okay, wait a minute. I'm getting triggered. Hold on. Okay. Yeah, girl. He got to come up off of some bread if he's gonna keep staying in the house. And that's just plain and simple. Pay a phone bill, pay the light bill, do something. Otherwise, I keep my clothes in the car mess. My stuff is in storage. I keep my clothes in the car. It's crazy. But anyway, what you should do is you should tell that man to go home. No more overnights. He goes back to his mama's house where he lives rent free. And yeah, let that be that. Because why? Why deal with it? Okay, next up. I'm an 18-year-old nursing student, and I've been struggling to process something that happened with my ex-boyfriend, who's 20, before we broke up a few months ago. We dated for about a year, and our relationship always felt like I was the one pouring in all the effort, especially when it came to intimacy or connection. He'd reject my advances pretty regularly, whether it was something physical or just spending quality time, and it stung every time. One night, I decided to try spicing things up. He just sighed, gave me this really, do we have to kind of look, made a half hearted joke that honestly killed the mood. And I pushed forward, and when we got to the moment, he acted like it was a chore and flat out refused to even try anything beyond the bare minimum. I felt so humiliated and undesired that I just couldn't do it anymore. For the first time ever, I rejected him. I told him I wasn't in the mood anymore and needed space. His reaction was awful. He got cold, almost angry, and said something like, "Fine, just leave then, I don't care." Like I was a nuisance for even having feelings. He shut down completely, wouldn't talk, just turned away. I ended up sleeping on the couch that night. In your house? Or were you in your house or were you at his house? Because why are you sleeping on the couch in your house? Okay. And we broke up not long after. Months later, it's like his reaction confirmed every insecure thought I had. That I was not worth the effort, that I'm too much for wanting basic affection. I wonder if I overreacted or if I'm just bad at relationships. How do I stop feeling like I'm the problem? You're only the problem because you're not accepting that that man doesn't like you. That's it. Plain and simple. And we live in a world where people are so desperate for connection or companionship that there's a lot of people dating people that don't like them. Hell, there are people that are married to people that don't like them. But you don't have to be one of those people. You're also 18, girl. So let me just tell you, it's a lot more what'd you say? It's a lot more intimacy and connection coming your way. Okay? Don't let this one dude make you feel like you're not worth affection. You absolutely are. Yeah, the thing is he don't like you. And a lot of guys will date women they don't like because a lot of men just like pussy. They don't like women. And they will be with women for pussy, not like the women, and just be horrible to the women. And it sounds like he wasn't even with you for the pussy. He just didn't like you. So just let that go. Let that go. Let it be over. Find you some new. You know what I'm saying? Find you some new. Because you're 18, honey. And listen, I know they flying at you like bullets in the Matrix. So you'll be fine. And let's see this last one. My now ex-boyfriend is 36 years old and I am 25. Now, see, already. Realizing we were on different paths, I tried to break up with him. Smart. When I told him, he ran onto the grass and started to projectile vomit from the physical pain this was causing him. That's in quotes. I gave the options to continue this casually or be friends or let go completely. His response was he's not going to be here any longer, to look after his dog for him and forget he existed. Everyone abandons him, etc. Oh my God. I haven't heard back since. He's online all the time, but hasn't been in 22 hours. I didn't think he'd do something, but I'm starting to panic. I hate that I've caused this level of hurt to someone. I don't know where I should go from here. You should go about your business because this is manipulation. Whenever anybody starts that, if I can't be with you, I'm not going to be with nobody else. If I can't be with you, Can we say that on it? on the internet. If I can't be with you, I'm gonna myself. It's manipulation. It's a manipulation tactic. This man is 36 years old, damn near 40, and pitching a tantrum, projectile vomit. Let's be so for real right now. Let's be so fucking for real right now, baby girl. Where you go, like I said, is about your business. Go about your business. Let that man be the absolute weirdo he is by himself without you around. And that's the long and the short of it. I can't believe 36 years old acting like that. Are you not embarrassed? Are you not ashamed? Well, it looks like this has been the delusional dude episode of Shade Shenanigans. Thank you all for tuning in. Like I said, feel free to DM me, Cristal Bubblin, on all platforms. Follow Next Mood Swing. You're watching us on YouTube right now. Like, comment, subscribe, share. You can follow Next Mood Swing on all platforms as well. And you can also email me, sendshade@gmail.com. All right, y'all. It's been real as always, but it's time for me to be up out of here because I'm trying to be in these streets tonight. All right. Peace, y'all. Wakanda forever. Peace. Love you, Mom. Heart eyes.